Hello everyone, this is Faith. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have an interesting video today. I'm a little bit all over the place, honestly. I've been kind of playing around with some of the new things that I got on my last haul, and I think I have a bright idea. I don't know yet. I'm gonna give it a go. Who knows, this might not even show up on YouTube, but I had to give this a try. So I picked up this clearance watercolor paper from Hobby Lobby, and I kind of went crazy with a bunch of different colors, but specifically mediums that I would use in a coloring book wet. But on here I've kind of given them the most dry application possible so that it's kind of like a usable palette. What I want to try is to see how much of the pigments I can lift off of the watercolor paper and actually color with it, so that if, for instance, I'm going out of town, which I will be going out of town pretty soon, and I just don't want to take my box of my mind's gone blank, of like my Neos, like this one's the Castell set. This bigger box of course has like the DIY Miyazaki set. So if I don't want to travel with all of this, if I just make myself like a little portable palette. So I'll show you here what I've done. It's probably very little. These are Winsor Newton Cotman half pans. I started out with just getting a little bit of water on the brush and just kind of like trying to get a good layer on there, and then by the time I got to right here, I was just putting a little bit of water on the pan and just placing it upside down and kind of squishing it off and seeing if I could get like a layer of paint to raise up. So I've let it dry. It's been dry for a couple of hours, and you can see it's a little bit thicker down this way. Anyway, these are Neocolor 2s, just random paints out of the 30 set. These are the super crayons from US Art Supply. These are those newer art grip watercolor pencils that I picked up from the clearance bin. My 4 Supracolors from Caran. And then since I only had 4 of the Supracolors, I was like, I have all this extra space here. Let me go ahead and lay down some Inktense pencils, and I had 1 loose paint, and it's a Van Gogh tube that I picked up at Hobby Lobby in a clearance bin a million years ago, seriously. I opened it once, or I should say the first time that I opened it, it was beat up in the clearance bin, and I lost a lot of paint and a lot of patience all at once. This is what has like steered me clear of tube paints, is because I know that they can explode at any moment, and that just I'm already messy enough as it is being left-handed. I always smear stuff, so this is my kind of chance to play around with tube paints, and if this kind of works out, then I think I might grab a set of tube paints and make little cards like this so that I can travel with it, or actually better yet, just color here, but just have these little sets like this than having a bunch of tube paints all over the place. I could be crazy. This might not even work. This might not even work, but you know what? We're gonna go for it. We're just gonna go for it, okay? So just bear with me. I'll show it, if I can show you guys all the colors again. And then I'm just gonna grab a couple of books in my 15 in fall challenge that I haven't started in yet. I have 2 that I still haven't started yet in. And I'm just gonna go crazy. Yeah, so Winsor & Newton half pans, Caran Neocolor 2s, and just like a real thick, just the thickest application I could get. US Art Supply Super Crayons, Faber Castell Art Grip Pencils, Caran Super Color Pencils up to here, and then Derwent I can't talk today. Derwent Inktense pencils, and 1 actual tube watercolor. Okay, so let's give these a go. Line. I use this deep shade here at the end. Let me zoom in tighter. And it doesn't even look like I've barely touched it, but you can see how saturated it is. And I used a little bit of that, and look how much is still left over. I tried to just use one side so I can see how much of the white we could see up under it, but like I can feel that there's still just a ton of paint there. Same thing with this one at the end. You can kind of feel it's just raised at the top just a bit. Okay, Neocolor 2s. I used a little bit of this. Still have a ton left. Dry to the touch already now. And a little bit of that color. US Art Supplies. I use this green, and you can't really, I mean, you can see where I used it here at the top, but it was really hard to pick this up. The color didn't lift nearly as much as I thought that it would, considering it dissolved so quickly. It's not as pigmented as the Neocolor 2s and the Winsor & Newton once I got to here. And then I also used this green right here, and again, it didn't lift as clearly off the paper, like where you can really see the mark on the Neocolor 2s. It was really hard to lift it completely off of the paper. Okay, Faber Castell. Castell. I used this red. It lifted very nicely off the paper. The Faber Castell was also the hardest to put down on this paper. It really took a lot of arm strength to get down a solid layer. And then I used this red all the way at the end. Again, it lifted very nicely. And I still have quite a bit left. But it was pretty sheer once I got it on the coloring page. Okay, last but not least, this last row, if I can get this paper angled right. Supracolors. I used these last two on the stems and lift very well. This swatch was kind of small because I didn't have nearly as much space, so I almost used all of this color and just a tad bit of that one. Went very well. Derwent Inktense, surprisingly, it didn't dry right away as I thought that it might have, but again, that's probably because this is watercolor paper, so I was able to go back and forth in between the coloring page and the swatch here and continuously pull pigment off of the page. And then I use this yellow, and you can clearly see where I've lifted it and what is still left. And I was able to go back and forth. I could probably still pull a little bit right there. You can kind of see where it's still sitting off of the page. But yeah, very surprising. And then look at this tiny little dot, and you can see it's a raised dot. This little dot is gonna go a very long way. I'm gonna have to tilt this up so you can see. It wants to focus. Too close? Am I too close for you, camera? Yeah. See? You can see how it's raised off of the page. Okay. I think this is very possible. Of course, it took this dot, maybe I did this page maybe 4 hours ago. So if you're going on a trip, I would say do this the night before. You know, don't do this at the last minute, because you're not going to be able to, you know, fold this up and put it in your book or wherever you want to keep it and have it dry. But I think I'm definitely gonna order some tube colors that I've been afraid to use, and I think I might actually even redo my swatch cards so that I don't have to pull my big set of watercolor paints out and just maybe work off of watercolor. Let's see what the back looks like. I'm curious. Oh. Okay, so the back is completely clear. You can see some indentations here from the watercolors, because that's really where the most water was used. I see one little dot right here. What was that one that I was scrubbing at so hard? Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, that's that US Art Supply Super Crayon, where I was really trying to get that pigment off of the paper and it just would not lift off. But I think what I'm going to do after doing all of this is cut these down to 2x2 cards to fit into my swatch book. So I'll show you my swatch book really quickly. You guys have seen this book before. Close this up. Actually, let me show you this too real quick here, so you can see how it came out. Beautiful. I'm probably gonna finish this page with all those colors right here, just so that I can get rid of it, you know. I'm very pleasantly surprised. This page actually is one of the few pages that were not prepped with acrylic gesso, acrylic glazing liquid. But I'll link some other videos where you can see where you can put like a glaze over the page so that you know, it protects the integrity of the paper. You don't overdo it, and it helps the wet mediums flow a little bit better over the page. But this is just the page as it is, as it comes, and I'm very happy with how it came out. I'll zoom in a little bit to each one. These were the Super Crayons. These were the Faber Castell Art Grip. Your Neo 2s. Inktense. This is the one Van Gogh. Who else am I missing? Oh, and the Winsor and Newton colors. Kind of did them all strange with that double color, but I like how it turned out. Who else am I missing? Am I missing someone? Oh, the Supracolors. Supracolors were the stems. Yeah. And then who else? Did I mention everyone? Yeah, I mentioned everyone already. Supracolor, Inktense, Faber Castell, Van Gogh, Super Crayons, Neo 2s, Winsor, and Newton. Yep. So that is it. Yeah, I'll definitely continue on. It's enough. It's definitely enough. I'll have to incorporate the colors that I didn't use, but it's enough, more than enough paint, especially with this Van Gogh one right here. It's more than enough paint to finish this double page spread. So when you go on a trip or something, I think this will be an incredible idea to take a simple page of watercolor, probably, you know, much smaller than this, maybe a what do you call it, an A5 style, close it after it's dried and put it in the book that you're going to travel with, and go, and, you know, not really be concerned with taking every little thing with you. Just that, a couple of brushes, and you're good to go. So in my swatch book, this is what got me going on this. Remember when I was trying out these and made a big mess? These Daniel Smith ones. And it was so messy coming out. Look how thick the swatch is. And you can kind of see with the light, it's very thick on this side. I could pull pigment off of this and color with it. It's that much that's on there. Okay, look at this one. It's oversaturated here. Okay, it's pulled and it's dried. It's just super thick. And that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm not gonna have this cardstock. I'm gonna cut up that watercolor paper in 2x2 squares and put some in here. I'm gonna order some watercolors in tubes. Scary thought. Very scary thought for me. What am I doing, guys? You guys, what am I doing? Order some watercolors and go cray cray. I don't remember where I had that one, but that'll be there. I really don't use my Winsor and Newton nearly as much as I should because they're beautiful colors, very beautiful colors, and that palette is just humongous. See, I can even see on here where that is oversaturated. I could probably pull that color off of this right here. Anyway, I want to use it more, and I also want to make a, you guys, I told you this video is going to be a little bit everywhere. I want to make this palette with my watercolors, and I'm not going to be able to do that until I really pull these colors out more and figure out what mixes I need to do. So that's the whole reason for this, is to break that out a little bit more and make it more, you know, accessible for me. So I'm not always coloring at my desk, you know, I want to be able to color at my couch and just, you know, take this little cup with me. It's like a little cup of water. You know, when I'm at my desk, I have this big old chunky spaghetti sauce jar, you know, full of water. You know, but this one I'll take to the couch with me. You know, set it up like this. You know, have my watercolor brush and a few colors that I need. Of course, you know, something to brush the extra water with. And this is what I take to the couch with me. I'm not trying to take my big old set of watercolors to the couch, all right? I got kids, man. Okay, I think I've done enough rambling in this video. This is so strange again. I was gonna do a little bit of this one, but I'm not. I think I want to finish that entire page with those swatches that I made. So that's it. A little bit of weirdness today. I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend, and I have more videos coming up. If you like this sort of thing, let me know. If you don't, please let me know. And thank you so much for all my new subscribers. I see you guys. Thanks for the comments. You know, more than anything, what I always say, you know, I don't have to have a million subscribers, but I want to interact with you guys. So leave me a comment. That's all you need to do. Leave me a comment. Let me know how I'm doing. Let me know what you think of this video. Let me know what you want to see next. I've been working on my 15 in fall, and I have a couple ideas here and there that I want to do. But I kind of want to hear what you guys like to see as well. So I know what kind of videos that I like to watch on YouTube, and sometimes they're not anything like the videos that I make. So yeah, just let me know. And thank you guys so much for the support. Leave me a comment down below, say hello, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for being my messy bunnies. I very much appreciate it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.